Let's get to it, shall we? Our last replay of the day that we'll take a look at. Bring up the build viewer. This is indeed the Kitakami, and you saw it correctly. It's a triple Kitakami division with SAT, Iron Man, and Iron Overlord Bow. So this is going to be interesting. Let's talk about the Kitakami, of course. She's in that Salvage for Victory event. You've got to have a lot of resources available to be able to pick her up. I recommended in a recent video that you either pick her up or you don't. I don't know that it's worth to go all the way up the other ships to get to there if you don't have the research points and coal and steel available to do that. But hey, it's totally up to you because your resources. So at tier 10, the Kitakami is a Kuma hull with some slight changes, which is a tier 4 cruiser. But what she's so well known for, of course, is having a massive torpedo salvo on either side of the ship. 5 launchers of torpedoes, and I think are they quintuple or quadruples? They're quadruples. 10 times 4, so 5 times 4 on either side of the ship. It's a lot of torpedoes that she can put out. She's got fuel smoke or exhaust smoke, so she can kind of smoke up and kind of run around. But you're not going to use the guns that much for this. It's mostly the torpedoes. And frankly, if things see her, a Kitakami, and want to kill it, it's going to die pretty quick. The ship was originally in the game during closed beta. A team killed too many people. Wargaming got rid of it. And then about 3 years later, Wargaming got rid of team killing as a thing, but neglected to bring Kitakami back. And they're finally releasing her now. If you don't get her now during the event, you gotta wait a minimum of 2 years before you can have a shot at getting her again. So if you're close to getting her, it might be worth grinding out the Research Bureau points, the steel, the coal, whatever you can get in order to get the Kitakami. Again, it's really up to you. But you've got until, what is it, February to pick her up? Is that right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you got time. So if you really want her, use that time wisely. Like Pockington, as a good example, most recently is regrinding ships like crazy in Research Bureau in order to get her. So let's take a look at how SAT has chosen to build the Kitakami, his Kitakami. He's gone with main armaments mod 1 to protect the torpedoes, engine boost to get his engines up as much as possible. Now, if you don't want to use engine boost, you can always just use engine room protection. Torpedo 2's modification 1, again, to keep the torpedoes alive. Steering gears modification 1 for rudder shift, concealment, and then finally, he wants to spam as many torpedoes as possible. Makes perfect sense. Now, I want to highlight, with his rudder shift steering gears, it's 5.6 seconds. Now, most cruisers I recommend you want under 10 seconds rudder shift time. This is slightly different in that it plays more like a destroyer than a cruiser, to where you might be better off getting closer to 5 seconds. Without that, you'll note that it doesn't have propulsion, so what else are you going to take? You probably don't care about depth charges, so you might say, okay, well, I don't want to fire or burn or flood that much, but frankly, in the Kitakami, you're either alive or you're dead. So steering gears, I think, makes perfect sense here. Let's take a look at the commander skills. Now, commander skills wise, the Suzukis are really good choices because you get a buffed survivability expert. That's an extra 500 hit points per tier. It's a tier 10 ship, so that's an extra 5,000 hit points. It's kind of sexy. It can work. However, if you have Yamamoto, you can see, doesn't really help you much other than if you can get a Kraken. You got a Kraken and a Kitakami, I gotta say that's very impressive. So most people are probably gonna put the Suzuki, one of the Suzukis on the ship, or a standard captain. You've got incoming fire alert, and then fill the tubes, superintendent, concealment expert, adrenaline rush, survivability expert, hack a punch, and I missed swift fish, but there they are there. Basically, a full torpedo build. This is a 20-point captain, so you do have the potential for one more point. I would definitely put it in last stand ensure that your engines and rudders don't break as much. Did I miss anything, guys?
Nah.
What you can do here is
Emergency
you can if you
takeoff?
I mean radio location is a thing, right? Superintendent is a talent that you might not need.
Okay.
I've been experimenting with it
Okay.
because you have the speed boost. You're never gonna use a force one because of how the cooldowns work,
Okay.
and you are likely to die before you can use the
All your
extra
heals.
charge of heal.
Yep.
So
yep.
it would only be for the smokes.
Okay.
Which, don't get me wrong, is still good,
Mm-hmm.
but you might be able to not have it. And then the last point, I would still take last stand over incoming fire alert because it breaks like crazy.
So, the nice thing about radiolocation is that it tells you where to have your torpedoes pre-aimed, but more importantly, it tells you where to have your guns pre-aimed. In case you run into something you need to use your guns towards. Hopefully you never have that happen to you, but you can be ready for it. Okay. I can't remember when I played the Kitakami on Wednesday, but I think that's what I did as I went radiolocation. Okay. Signal flags wise, you've got fire chance, flood chance, heal boosting, speed boosting, and consumable reload, and then also the smoke generator. Smoke generator is really good for this. You might also want anti-det, because detonating in a Kitakami feels really bad. Also,
I would
up
definitely
here,
clip that if I detonated a Kitakami ever.
exactly. Now, in the third slot, you may also wish to take smoke generator mod, because that helps to extend the duration of your smoke generator, which would come in really handy. This
I
is
like the
also fun
torpedo
too.
speed more. And it helps protecting the torpedo tubes as well.
Yeah, both are good choices. I'm just trying to highlight some different synergies that could work. But definitely detonation. Otherwise, everything else makes sense. I might even do fire reduction too, so that if your DCP is down and you get set on fire, it doesn't last as long.
Hello there.
I think that would be very useful too. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into your replay then. Build viewers done. Let's go. Like I said, this is a triple Kitakami division with Iron Man and Iron Lord, Overlord Bow. I keep calling him Iron Lord, lol.
I love that. I'm calling him that from now on.
Fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and get into the game. Let's take a look at your lineups. Now, there's super ships in this game. A good number of them, it seems. There are super carriers, so congratulations on that. I'm sure you're going to love yourself there. Ushakov, Hanover. You're probably better off with the Hanover. Ushakov is just more things for you to torpedo. Zorki, Yamagiri, whatever. Two Crazy Eyes. Now, this is a Super Unicum player. It's interesting to see that he is without a clan. I might even try to recruit him while you're in this game for 07 or for PN, one of the two.
Activated.
And he's in a Marsilli. Okay. Whatever. You guys are all going to the same place, so you want to flood someplace with torpedoes. Now, Kitakami has the ability to choose between 20-kilometer deep water torpedoes. These can only damage only damage carriers and battleships. They will not damage cruisers or destroyers. Alternately, you can do the standard torpedoes that only reach 12 kilometers, but they will hit everything. Now, in theory, in general, the deep waters are nice only if you know that there's nothing that's going to detect the torpedoes up until that point. You guys are all forming up in... This is very cute. Very cute. You've got your ultra deep waters loaded. And You're okay, you're not good. I was gonna say, like, nothing's gonna be there by that time. Battleship or carrier wise, at least. Zorky. Iron Man is firing torpedoes into Janon's smoke. Now, if you had regular torpedoes, this would be a very good use of that. Unfortunately, you don't. You just got yourself detected, too, by the Zorky. There goes the smoke for yourself. But you've peeled away from your buddies. Your Aegir's almost dead, too, by the way. Feels bad, brother. Sakuri is forced or comes in. Somebody else in your group is smoking up.
Smoke screen
So here's the part where you wish you had regular torpedoes for that Zorky, I suppose. Changing to regulars. There you go. I think the regulars are your better pick overall, unless you're all the way on the flank. Or it's like the end of the game and you've already won. Now you're switching back to the Ultra Deeps. Because you see a Yamato and Ushikov. I'm really not sure about these choices.
Ugh.
Right? Alright, incoming fire alerts letting you know that you've got an Ushikov shooting at you. Now your Kitakami division has split up.
The enemy team is taking
Also
the
note
lead.
the reload. These guys reload at one launcher a time? I think that's about right.
Yeah, one launcher every like minute.
Yeah. There's Big O. Hey.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Yeah, I passed that. I've been up since 2 a.m.
No worries, dude. No worries.
Smoke generator started.
Got spotted, but just in time you got your smoke available again. Schlieffen goes down to incomparable. So far, you've been playing this game for 5 minutes, and all you have to show for it is 446 damage with 3 main battery shell hits.
Wow. You know, SAT, the overachiever.
I'm surprised he's not using widespread, frankly.
Smoke
Cot spread,
screen
best
set.
spread.
He is the inventor of it.
Mm-hmm. You find it amusing that Kitakamis were everywhere on the first day of the event, and the next day they were just gone. Right? You're gonna not hit the Ushikov with No, that's somebody else's deep waters. Okay.
Yeah, but see, what you've got to remember is this event came out, in the middle of everybody doing their snowflake, so everybody played it, moved on to their next snowflake.
Right. Okay, there's one deep water torpedo hit. Woohoo! There's a Zorky in front of the Ushikov, and the Ushikov still took that torpedo from you. Wow. You actually set a fire on the Zorky. LOL. Engine boost. If you're going to be open watering, I would recommend heavily that you have engine boost going. And there goes the Ushikov, although Bo just died.
Problem solved.
Are you
sir.
literally going to try to open water gunboat a Zorky?
Activated.
You're changing to the standard torpedo, so I think you're being a mad lad and doing it. Heal time, by the way. Bo got death strike. Well, that's what happens. There's the COT spread we all know SAT for. The nice thing about all the launchers is you could actually afford to do COT spread, because then you overlap and makes it much harder to be able to dodge them, for like destroyer or something. Kuma Hull life indeed. You might want to heal, by the way. It's available. I love it. The Zorky's trying to Citadel you. Also, smoke might be a good... Never mind. So, you're gonna dump... Wait, no. You switch to the Ultra Deeps again? Why? I would... Personally, I would stay on the regulars to try to get Jinan. Is that how Zorky is meant to be played? Yes. Saka, totally. And you as a destroyer main should know this. What a crazy game. Now you're still not out of the woods here. This game is still... Well, I was just about to say tied up, but then that happened. Still, I'd be very cautious here. As a destroyer main, you personally do not approve of that strategy. Fair enough. See, there's the torpedo into the Jinan. That's why the standards are good.
Smoke generator started.
You got detected, so you went ahead and smoked up. And there's the kill on the Jinan. Wow.
Sunk.
I mean, that's his own...
We've got 2 of them. Enemy destroyer sunk.
Really? And a Shimakaze too.
Kitakazi.
Smoke screen set.
So, what SAT is doing is he's using his teammates in the other Kitakamis to balance him out so that he can get everything. And then now you might as well go ultra deep on the Yamato because nothing's gonna spot the torpedoes. Hell, you might even go guns. For the lulls. You're doing it. Sakurio kills the Montana. It's a wise move until they figure it out. Exactly, Duckman, exactly. And you know you're about to become spotted by the Sakurio. There's the, no? You're not reinforcing sector?
Our victory is
Oof. Iron Man takes a big torpedo. Doesn't die, though. And the question is, what's the Yamato going to do? I have a feeling he's going to turn and run. But here's the part. This is what I did before. Look at the timing. Your smoke is available just when you needed it. Oh. Too bad Yamato's going to die anyway. See? Oh my god, I just noticed the Eagle's name. Okay, now it's just you against a Trump and a Sakuryu.
Smoke screen set.
Can you get a Kraken? You're one away. Well, the nice thing is you can use your ultra deep waters on the carrier, so that comes in handy. You get Stream Raiders run while, oh, you're gonna... Why are
I
you
wouldn't
shooting with
use
your
the
gun?
ultra deeps.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Why are you shooting your guns? Why tell him that you're there? Assert dominance?
No, I said I would not use the ultra deeps
Why?
because they are 21 knots slower.
Oh, okay. Well, doesn't
Carrier
seem like it
might die
matters.
before the ultra deeps reach.
Oh, he's trying to get the carrier to turn. It's actually working.
Oh no.
Oh, SAT gets detonated. That's what happens to you. Don't wear protection. And there's the revenge kill for the Kraken. SAT does manage to get a double death pick for us, so I need to go and find it. Here it is. Here he is. Detonated
You know,
by
he did that on purpose. The farm dead flags and just the flesh wound flags.
But you can't farm them anymore. Doesn't work. Toxic with the sub. Thanks, Toxic. All right, I have like seconds to get my death picks before the game expires. So I think something like this ought to be good. Look at that. Is that crazy or what? Or SAT. Sun's on this side, so that looks nicer. Yeah.
I actually didn't look at his consumables at the end. Did he use all of them? I guess no.
Can't tell you anymore. Torp soup indeed, Vigo. Indeed. Well, that takes care of that replay, that's for sure. Ah, you want the you're thinking about for the name. So let's take a look at the post-battle results screens for a minute here. Almost 1 million credits earned, 144,000 damage, 2 devastating strikes. You got yourself a double strike, a Kraken, flesh wound, and a detonation. LOL.
What actually detonated him? Was it a secondary hit from the
Yes,
Superior?
I'm pretty sure it was a secondary hit. Wow.
Wow, the enemy Ushakov that last, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he just kind of sat there and got farmed hard. So, yeah. Where's the, I'm trying to find, oh, there's the Sicarius secondaries. Yeah, 5 hits
Yeah.
for 15,000 damage. Yeah.
I can't believe he didn't put on a death flag on his Kitakami. Like, that's.
I don't
wonder
know.
if he put one on right after that battle.
Maybe, or maybe he didn't care to. Either way, you know? I don't know. Either way, fantastic game. Very fun. I'm sure Bo was streaming that game, so that would have been pretty fun to watch live, I would say.
I think that's the same carrier I had in my last Kitakami game too. That's Securio.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the replay render. So you guys are suggesting for a titled soup. I think soup is easy enough. Like, you could do Torp soup, but, you know. I think soup is enough. All right. And chat, I'm going to give you guys a poll It's a 10-minute poll to vote for which of these replays you felt were the most useful. And which ones should make it out to the YouTubes for standard release. You've got 4 choices. We've got our Yoshino game, our Forrest Sherman game, Low and Hard game, and the Kitakami. I don't think any of the ranked or grind assist games were that special to put on YouTube's today, so. Yeah, I feel like you were switching torpedo choices a lot.
I mean, the switch is quick. You don't really lose anything if you switch.
You lose a few seconds, right? Frankly, I'm just amazed you guys were allowed to exist, but seemed to work for you. I mean, it's funny because you've got that Yamato, Jaeger, Kitakami, and another Kitakami all firing torpedoes at it. Like, everybody's like, food! The ironic thing, by the way, SAT, is getting the Sakuryu to turn does cause you to get detonated by his secondary, but also, you know, gets the kill.
I'm actually not sure if the Security turned because of him, because like there was the Jaeger in front and the Kremlin in front. He might have just turned towards them.
Possibility. Either way, pretty damn funny, huh?
Oh, for sure. I'm just amazed how many of the deep water tops actually hit, considering how many destroyers there were in the middle that could spot these safely for the ships behind. But nope. The battleships still take them.
I don't know. Pretty crazy. Well, SAT, appreciate you sending that replay in. That was just fun to watch. I'm sure you guys, like I said, we're all just laughing like crazy. Like, look at the Ushikov. He came out of the island. He was safe when he was in the island. He comes out of the island and then just wave after. Look at all the torpedoes. Oh my God. Wow. And then the Jinan and Kitakaze sitting in the smoke at the end there just felt so weird.
But yeah, between the Jaeger and 3 Kitakamis and the Yamagiri on the other side, like the top zoom is real, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you
I
throw out enough, some will hit, right?
This map is perfect for it too, because if you look at where they were playing in the large open water area. So if you want to counter a Kitakami, then go play by the islands, you know, and vary your speeds and, you know, the usual stuff to dodge torpedoes. We're gonna watch him get detonated again. And then